Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Tukul session tonight. This is your host, Teacher Ngong. And as we usually do, thank you very much for joining us. And this is the Tukul School, your open space for learning and sharing experiences and talking to one another and, keeping the conversation going. Yeah, so tonight we kick it off. And as we usually do, we're going to have a short presentation, just a bit of material that's going to set us in the mood of our discussion tonight. And then we open the mics. Everyone get ready. Go to open your mic and we'll share just like we usually do. And hearing your voice is actually part of the reason why we have this Tukul, so that everyone's voice is heard. Yeah. So we kick it off with the short presentation. And it's about 7 slides. Not so much like a lecture hall situation. No, this is just something to set us in the mood, and we kick it off. So maybe somebody confirm that you can see my screen right now.
Yes, I do. I can see.
Thank you, Philip. We will kick it off right there then. Nice. Yeah, so we have been having a series of topics that we've been talking about. We talked about the power of books in our session number 8. And then our session number 9, we talked about the power of routine and how we have that cumulative effect on us if we keep doing something, especially positive things. Yeah. So this is still moving in that kind of series. And today our main topic is called hyperlearning. I must confess that this is a new concept to me. And I would also want to say that it's actually a new concept that is being popularized as of 2020. It's actually based on the circumstances that the world is finding itself in right now. So we would base this presentation on the teaching of Professor Edward Hess. Edward has been in the management and business consulting and general business administration for over 20 years. And he has a series of books actually that he has written on organizational management, and especially on how professionals can also make themselves and their organization good based on how they reposition themselves for learning. So hyperlearning is a new concept he came up with in 2020, and he wrote it in a book. His book is actually called Hyperlearning, and that is a subtitle of how to adapt yourself to the speed of change. Change has been accelerated so much in 2020 because of the COVID situation we find ourselves in, and the fact that change is never leaving us alone. Things are changing all the time. Yeah, so we talk about the concept of hyperlearning, but then what is it? This is a concept that is encompassing the idea of having a new approach to learning. So basically, this is an approach that prepares one to adapt rapidly to the change that is happening in the world. And one of the factors that is really accelerating change right now is technology. But this comes with a new threat. So basically, a hyperlearning is you preparing yourself to learn new things and especially embrace the technology that is around us, and making sure that if you don't do this, you become redundant, you become irrelevant in the next job market or in the next professional discussions that are going to happen. Yeah. So basically, it's a mindset. You prepare yourself to adapt or to embrace that personal culture of learning new things, and you become aware of a few things that can block your learning. So your ego right there, maybe you may find it difficult to collaborate with people, and also sometimes change might find you here and you're not ready and you don't want to embrace it. If you don't do it, you're extinct professionally. And then it's the realization that, hey, as a professional or as a young leader or as a leading, if you want to lead, for example, your field among the top 10 or top 5 leaders in your profession, you have to embrace learning, and you make a huge leap for learning new skills, new new approaches to work, things like that. So if you are learning things that take you up the ladder of what you already know, then you are an hyper learner. And that is what hyper learning is. Basically learning things that are above. Hyper literally means higher. Like the way we have hypertension, and hyper literally means higher than what it is right now. So if you are at an amateur level and you learn new things, you become skillful. You become an expert in that. So if that jump from being an amateur to an expert is termed as hyper learning. You're learning new things and you're looking forward to new things and you don't stop. This is the difference right now. Learning never seems to stop. Yeah. So basically, that is the concept that we're learning from Dr. Hess. And who is it for? You might think, oh, hyper learning, maybe it's just for students or maybe for professors or something like that or whatever. No, it's actually a thing that us as human beings need to embrace, because basically when human beings moved from the African savannah to the industrial age and now to the new age of innovation and technology, change has always been with us. And now it is happening rapidly. So it's for everyone then. It's everyone to change. If you don't change, you are irrelevant, you are redundant, you extinct, and you wonder what happened to me. So basically, it's for those looking to optimize their learning skills. Those, like everyone. And then if you are a business leader, family, like you're head of your family, or you mentor other people, or you lead maybe a tech or this the information-based company, hey, this is the thing for you. So basically, for those who want to harness innovation, because innovation comes from learning from things that we know to things we do not know and coming up with new things. Yeah, basically that kind of thing. And basically, it's for everyone who is worried about the future of the enormous disruption that is happening right now. COVID came with so much disruption. Now, the global warming is coming with so much disruption, and biotech is coming with so much disruption, things like AI, AI, artificial intelligence. So these are things that are causing so much like major disruptions now in our way of living, thinking, and doing business. So if you want to be ready for that, you have got to be a hyper learner. Hey, so how do I become a hyper learner? Basically, a few things you need to prepare yourself, including your mind. Hey, throw the ego behind, because sometimes you be like, hi, this person cannot teach me. I'm Professor who and who. Or the way we usually do here, if it's coming from a young person, the young people know. Or maybe it's from, hey, this, don't mind my language, maybe it's from a lady and you are a man, you'd be like, no, this lady can't teach me nothing. You know, that kind of attitude there. The ego part has to be dropped. And so that's like a major step. We know it's not easy to deal with egos. I'm a constant victim of this thing. Yeah. And then adapt to growth mindset. We'll talk about growth mindset maybe in the next slides. And also embrace the new smart mindset. Yeah, this is really something I love, like the new smart thing. It has really opened my mind, and it has made me to see things differently. Yeah. So basically, humility, embrace the changing future in order to remain relevant. If you are not relevant, you are out, definitely. Yeah. So it's saying that we learn every day, and learning is still going on. It's going on all the time. Yeah. So basically, that's how you become an hyper learner, preparing your mind for it and actually doing it. We talked about the mindsets before, but maybe we can talk about them right now in more details. So the first one we talked about was the growth mindset. This is based on the teachings of Professor Carol. This is another psychology professor. I really love her work. She has a book called Mindset, Fixed and Growth. So the growth part is what we'll talk about right now. If you are a young professional, or you are a student or a person or whatever, you are a leader, the growth mindset gives you that intellectual position to say, being intelligent is not something that is born with us as such. No, it is not innate. It's not something that is fixed. No, it is something we acquire based on the efforts we put into it. That's a shocker right there. Because sometimes we say some people are born intelligent and some people are geniuses by nature. But Professor Carroll says, no, if you put your efforts right and sustained efforts, you're gonna be like the most intelligent person right now. Yeah. So it's realizing that I can actually grow, and you motivate yourself to say, hey, if I keep learning new things, I can improve myself. Improvement is possible. Basically, that is the growth mindset right there. Based on neuroscience, a bit of research on human brain, yeah, plasticity is a scientific reality. The human brain is shaped by things that we exert it into. It actually it changes in its physical shape. Can you imagine? So if our brain was let me say 5 centimeters in size, and we keep exerting a lot of things, it literally grows physically. But apart from that, the brain, it's the brain part now that is growing physical. But the mind itself, like the way we develop the brain, the way we stretch it, just like the way we stretch our muscles, is the same also our mind grows. Have you ever find somebody, this guy like Russell McFool, like he cannot even get new concepts? This is the thing. But if you expose that person to new things and new learning and new material, definitely you see some change. Yeah. So basically, that's the growth mindset there in action. And the realization that humans keep learning new skills and behavior all the time. This is given. Yeah. And now, this is my favorite part, the new smart mindset. We have grown in societies that have been telling us that if you are a university graduate, man, you are smart. If you are the boss, you are smart. If you are the alpha male, you are smart. But now we come to a new realization and be like, why don't we rethink this idea of what it means to be smart? Maybe there's a new thing that should actually be the indicator of being smart. And there's a possibility of new smart coming up or already here with us, and we are not seeing it. All right. So if we have new people who are innovative, who are creative, that is actually the new smart right now. People who are always eager to learn new things, those are the smartest people you will meet, even at work. All right. So smart here doesn't mean you are a professor who and you have your PhD hanged on your wall in the room and we say you're smart. No. This person who keeps learning new things is actually the smartest person in the room. So being smart right now is changing in size and shape and appearance and everything. And being smart literally means not being afraid of making mistakes. So mistakes are embraced and make new ways for learning. So if you do that, you're smart. You're smart, definitely. And we talked about the ego thing before. If you throw your ego issues away and you begin to collaborate with people and learn new things, you are smart. So definitely that's the new smart right there. So those two mindsets are critical for hyper learning. The growth mindset, I can learn new things every day and I can actually improve. And the new smart. Being smart here is on things that are becoming like invisible, not your degrees on the wall, no, but your quality of thought, a new way of looking at things. That is being smart right there. How do hyper learners behave? What are their behavioral indicators or their culture actually? One thing is that they are open to new ideas and technology. We talked about this definitely. And then humility. In this picture here, in this slide, you can see an elderly person and you can see a young man right there. And let me tell you, it could even be possible that it is the young man who is teaching the adults here about new things or something on the screen. We are not seeing the screen right now, but there is really a possibility that it's the young one who is teaching the adults. It's not always the adult. It's not always the elders who know it all. No, with this, you have come across elderly people who tell you, "Hey, can you do this thing on my smartphone and stuff?" Yeah, and they have to sit down and listen to you. So they are being humble, embracing uncertainty. Definitely, we don't know what is coming, so we better prepare ourselves to learn new things and effective collaboration. this year, you can say like I can collaborate with people who are in high school. Me, I'm a university. No, you can actually collaborate and you learn new things together. You come up with big things. So basically, the culture of an hyper learner is based on learning and collaborating, humbling yourself, throwing back your ego. If you show that kind of behavior, you are an hyper learner. So it's based on the thinking that true learning is reflected in one's quality of thoughts, behavior, listening skills, and the ability to focus. I feel right now like I'm not an hyper learner because the ability to focus, I struggle with this thing. And also listening skills, I'm really working hard on this. That is my experience so far. But we talked of things like quality of thoughts. You've seen like sometimes they will introduce, hey, we are going to have this presentation from Professor who and who and who. But if that person comes on stage, you'll be like, yeah, is this person really a professor? Quality of thoughts. But sometimes you might find somebody coming on the stage, some tone and stuff, jeans, not putting on well, no suit and tie, but let this person open his mouth. They'll be like, wow. This is how millions of Indians actually looked at Gandhi. Some young man wearing his I don't know, kind of top there, coming on stage with those goggles and be like, I want to talk to people. And then no, what do you have to tell us? But when they listened to his quality of thoughts, they sat down and they begged him to talk to them some more. And they always stand up in large numbers because of the quality of thoughts. I guess he was an hyper learner. Concepts we need to embrace as we talk about this, as we make it our culture, individual personal culture. We have like 5 concepts right now that an hyper learner should embrace so much. The idea of meritocracy. Actually, it's called the idea meritocracy, meaning ideas rule the world. Best ideas, brilliant ideas rule the world. You might suppress them for like a minute or two, but in real sense, these ideas will find a way and they'll pop up and they'll be loved by everyone and they'll attract people. So ideas, brilliant ideas rule the world. Yeah. And then basically it doesn't matter where this is coming from. We talked about the ego issues before, from coming from a child, coming from somebody lower in that academic ranking thing, which is not like real anymore now. And yeah, it doesn't matter if it's coming from your staff, people you supervise. Yeah. So, but brilliant ideas will definitely win. Positivity, yeah, this is the thing we talked about before. Positive emotions enhance our mental capacity. Like if I say I can do it, you will do it definitely. If I can learn, you'll find time to learn. And learning is good. If you're like learning is good for me, that emotion alone is a positive thing. And then the idea of psychological safety. This is a new concept actually I came across in the week. I never knew of this thing, but I got in a book called Fearless Organization. It's the freedom given to you in your workplace or at home by people you love, by your schoolmates, be the teachers or whatever, just to give that free space to express yourself without the fear of being laughed at, without the fear of being judged or being fired from work. You don't fear that if I say this, my boss is going to fire me. No, you should have that psychological safety and say, if I come up with new ideas, people should not look at me like as a threat and I lose on favors or I'm not promoted because my ideas are always different. If you live in a fearless organization, all this are embraced and they are banked upon, and the organization actually grows very much compared to organizations that say, hey, brilliant ideas always come from the bosses. You see that? Yeah. So if you are a hyper learner, you should be free. Try new things, learn new things, and make mistakes right there, learn from them, and you're good. Self-determination, yeah, it's like saying, hey, I can do this. I need new challenges every day. If you are reading 5 books in a year, challenge yourself and be like 10 books in a year. Once you master that, you go to 20 books, and there are people who read 48 books. I haven't had those ones yet. And definitely, you want to expand your capabilities on your own. You don't need to be told. Yeah. So that is hyper learner right there. And then unlearning. This is the new concept. As we grow, as we become 8 years, 10 years, we learn new things from our family, from our school, from our churches. But as we grow up and we make realizations and we embrace and we get new ideas, we find some of these things actually don't make sense. So you unlearn them, you drop them, and acquire new skills. Yeah. So basically, that's what we have for you in the Tukul tonight. And as we always do, whatever we talk about in the Tukul is based on actual research. So there are books you can read further here. You have the book itself, Hyperlearning, How to Adapt to the Speed of Change. This is published by Bered Kohler Publishers, and it is written by Dr. Edwards, 2020. Dr. Edwards also has another book wrote in 2014. It's called Learn or Die. I really like the title here. If you don't learn, you die, like you extinct professionally. You are irrelevant. Nobody wants to hire you. You don't have the right skills. Done. Shelley Osman also is another good author. In 2020, wrote a book called The Upskilling Imperative. Like you really need to get your skills up all the time, learn new skills and get better. So it's called The Upskilling Imperative: 5 Ways to Make Learning Core to the Way We Work. Yeah, so learning becomes actually part of our work or makes our work better. So basically, these are the 3 books I have for our references tonight. If you still want to read some more, I'm sure with the artificial intelligence we talked about before, if you read a book, it shows you another book that you should read. Yeah, so basically this is it. Thank you for the audience, and huge thanks guys for listening in. This is the end of our Tukul session tonight. So I'm going to call it off here with the presentation. I'll pull it down. And if you have questions, you want to get some clarification, any contributions, I'm opening the mics right now. Thank you. Yep. So I'll stop the share, and I will go back to the room. Yeah, I see a hand from Philip. Philip, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ngong, for presentation. I would like also to thank the members and the participants in the Tukul for tonight. You are all welcome. Newcomers and regular participants. I'm trying to just addition. No?
Go ahead. Right there. Yeah.
I know it. I know it is not easy, but we all are trying to be learners. So, what I may add about our presentation is the word itself. Just a correction. Maybe you put it right over, but the correction, the word itself is derived from a Greek word.
Yes.
By Edward, as you put it, it is meaning over or above.
Right. That's right.
So correct. That's what I want to add. And the point of this word is how shall we adopt to the speed, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Now I may have some questions. Maybe I will also highlight some answers before the rest have come in. One of the questions, how can we stay relevant in the digital age? We talk about technology, as you have mentioned.
Yes.
It is one of the elements of higher learnings that we are supposed to keep ourselves into.
Yes.
So by doing that, we do, at least those who keep continuous cultivating the spirit of curiosity, find opportunity of getting to that new skill, as you put across. So this is how to keep ourselves relevant into hyper learning. I'm getting that.
Right.
Is the continuations of cultivating the spirit of what of unique, that is curiosity of unique. This is where we shall get what more opportunity. And another one is like, why is it important? Why is it important? Why it is significant to be a learner of what hyper learners learning?
Yeah.
So one of the reasons is this is a well of technology. We keep to we would like to learn new things from day to day skills of technology, and to continue with Because the more you learn, the more you get smart. And the more you get smart, the more you become smarter. So because of hyper learnings and continuation of technology, remember the technology of today is not technology of long time ago. It is the technology of today. And from tomorrow, you will see different technology. As a manager, those are the skills needed in a workplace, in a decision making. We call it technocrats. You take a technical decision, like you have mentioned before. You should not disappoint yourself by saying, "I fear not to be fired." But at least, what have you taken? Is it a technocrat? Is it a technical decision? So through learning, hyper learning, you will be able to do that. Wow. Why is it difficult to become a hyper learner? So for us also, we have this ideology of being laziness that built in our nature. That you talk about the ego and also the fear. So those two may not allowed. And definitely we have three problems in us. One is the wirings, two, the ego, three, the fear. Wirings, this is what you have mentioned before, that you may find that an adult doesn't want to be taught by a young one, because in his mind, why do I go to this young boy? No, he's not telling me anything. Are you getting that? Because of that egocentrism, maybe you have that center of saying, I'm alone, I don't need anyone to help me. So it's a problem. Another one also is fear. You have an idea, and how to express it is a problem because of fear. So it is difficult for us to be what? To be hyper learners because of those three problems. You will not be able to what? To learn as fast as possible. Like, this is a faster learning of whatever you want to adopt. But not everybody is faster in learning. But because of three problems, wirings, ego, and fear, you will not be able. Wow. Lastly, what are some of the best way to cultivate inner peace? Inner peace,
Yes.
You are trying to say, okay, because of ego, because of fear, because of mindset, as you said before. So I have to build myself confident. That is, cultivate your inner peace of mind. So keep quiet of your ego. Keep that ego quiet. Keep that mindset, as you said before, quiet. Then lastly, be positive in emotional state. Don't react negative. You are a learner. Observe what is coming, and internalize what you don't want. So with those few questions I ask myself, looking at the concepts of higher learning, we could be able to observe what we call higher learning as a higher learners. At least briefly, according to your presentation, I'm extracting something good, and that may build my capacity in terms of egocentric mindsets and also fear. Because without this one, you will be a faster learner. Ever, according to Edward D. Otherwise, thank you so much. Those are some inputs I wanted to add. Otherwise, we shall leave the ground for the rest of the participants to have view over this. Thank you so much for listening.
Wow. Thank you, Philip. I feel like I should give you a clap right now. Like, I've been giving you all the clicks when you are doing the presentation. That was brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was really nice, Philip. I really appreciate your input. And hey, could you actually revise this presentation? We add that, and then we make it a better one. That's really good. Thanks for your contribution. Now, I had Sidonia raising her hand before, and then we go to. So I'll give the mic to Sidonia, and then we go to Galaxy A7. I can't see the name right there, but it is Galaxy A71. So after Sidonia, we go to Galaxy. Hi, Sidonia, welcome. Sidonia, can you hear us?
Hey, thank you. I had disappeared. I thought you forgot me, and then now you're calling me. I thought I was hiding.
I'm
Hello?
seeing you.
Yes,
I'm
I can
seeing
hear
you.
you. Can you hear me or not?
Very well. Go ahead.
I'm found here. First and foremost, I would say thank you to Philip. That was really super insightful. Thank you so much. That was really great contribution from you right there. And then return back to the host. Thank you very much. That was a really
Thank
super
you, sister.
interesting. That was a super interesting presentation. Though I got disconnected because of the internet, but it was all good for the part that I've attended. Just a contribution to the barriers that prevent us from being hyper learners. I think first and foremost is also the environment that we are in. Sometimes
I'm losing your voice right there, Sidonia. I'm losing your voice right there. Oh yeah, so but that was a really important topic right there about the barriers, things that block us from learning. Philip, when you did the presentation on the three,
to be able to catch up with this drastic changing environment, for us to. Am I breaking?
Yeah, we had lost you for like 5 seconds, but welcome back. You are talking about the barriers to learning. I mean to being an hyper learner.
Oh, sorry. I was saying that the barrier. Yes, Philip, please.
No, maybe wrong, but she was clear and louder. I don't know, maybe from your side now.
Okay. Maybe it was my connection.
I will not repeat the whole thing because I want the others also to be able to participate. I was saying the barrier could be the environment. The environment is not conducive enough for people to be like hyper learners or to be able to share the ideas, to be able, to learn from other people because sometimes of fear of being judged by others.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then I went ahead to talk about for us how we could be hyper learners. I think one way is for us to have peer groups, like where we can have our peers and we can learn from each other. So if you learn new things and then there is this forums like this, then you can be able to share with other colleagues. And for those that are curious, then you could be able to dig deeper and learn better for us to be able to keep up with this changing environment. Other than that, I will not contribute much. A lot has been said. Thank you. It was a pleasure being part of this show tonight.
Claps for you right there. Thanks a lot for your contribution, Sidonia. It was awesome.
You're welcome, Sidonia. Yeah. You're so participating at this.
All right. Thanks to Philip. Yeah. I'll give it back I'll go to Galaxy A71. That's the name I have right now. So please unmute and go ahead.
Who's that?
I'm yet to hear the name.
Hello, members of the Tukul. This is Santino. I have been away.
Okay. Hey, Santino, welcome back to the Tukul. I'm going to give you a name right now because it is appearing in this Galaxy.
Santino, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I think the guy has been in a bush. That's why he lost his renaming.
Nope. Sure. Technology right there. Things develop when he was still in the field. Yeah, go ahead, Santino.
Thank you very much, colleague, members in the Tukul. Yeah, I just come and again remember to say, okay, let me see the people in the Tukul today, and I was lucky to get you there. I didn't even know the topic, but fortunately I got to know the topic that is under discussions.
Thank you.
It's a nice topic. The topic of today is nice. I have few things that I wanted to share regarding the hyper learning. On the hyper learning, it actually has a lot of barriers instead of some of the things are having a lot of issues that can prevent other people to catch up or to adopt. Here, if we contextualize it, the hyper learning approach, if we contextualize it to the situation of our own country, or let's say in Africa in general, it has a problem of egocentrism.
Right.
a situation where people actually think that they are superior than the others. They don't want to accommodate the ideas of others. So people will not learn there. They will not learn from each other. Is one challenge. Actually adopt the hyper learning. The other one, the other barrier is that, like it goes with age. It goes with ages. Age become also another factor, as there are some gaps in a different ages, like youth, like elders. This category of ages is very difficult to, especially the elders, is very difficult for them to learn from the young ones, because they think that they knew everything. They passed through experience. It's very difficult for them to to learn from young ones. And young ones, they are actually currently they call them a generation of .com. They learn every day. They keep learning every day. So they learn on social media, they learn on Google's, they learn on every part of the environment. Which the other elderly people, they don't have a chance to learn. But it's very difficult for these young ones. The ideas of the young ones are very difficult to be accommodated by the elders. This is another area or barrier that can prevent a certain group of people to adopt the hyper learning. In fact, there not the entire society that can be resistant to this approach. There are some of the people that can adopt it. The growth mindset. You know, people who are having a flexibility behavior, those who are flexible, can quickly adopt the hyper learning, and they begin to change the behavior. They begin to be creative. They begin to adopt the new ideas. All these things they can happen. And once we have what I don't know now is if we want a number of people to adopt such approach, how best can we sell this idea, or how best can we make other people to adopt this approach of learning, so that people have to change the behavior and begin to actually understand and change their style of thinking. I look at it, it can become very difficult to certain group that I talked about before. But if we want to sell it to the rest of the people, we want to make people adopt this kind of approach of learning. Is it easy? I'm not sure, because it becomes problematic here if we contextualize it here to our situation. It is generally become a problem. Those are a few things I wanted to share with you. Otherwise, I love the topic of today, and I am very happy that the Tukul is still progressing.
Thank you very much, Santino. The Tukul is here to stay, and the learning never stops. Welcome back, actually, and we really appreciate your contribution. This is also insightful, and I've learned a lot from this. Challenges. The ego thing has come up several times in our presentation, in the contributions that have come before. And how do we overcome this? I think this is like a question, actually, as an individual, because first of all, this hyper learning thing should not even be seen as something that is coming to us. It should, to me, I want to approach it as something that is emanating from within me. It's a new realization. Wow, I can become a hyper learner. I can learn many things all the time. And I'm working. So when I'm at workplace, I'll be like, how can I learn new things so that I maybe make progress, or I become good at what I'm doing? So that I'll go to Google, maybe read about this person. They're just like the way we were reading from the works of Dr. or Professor Hess, you see? So basically, if I have that kind of mindset, I'll be like, hey, if I learn new things, I can actually become smart, and I can acquire new insights. There now, I am becoming an hyper learner. So even with the people that we have, it's us. It is within us. The hyper learning thing has to start within us. And once we have that, I think we are good. And you talked about how can we make this a popular thing? Yeah, maybe about awareness discussions like this. And when I posted the topic on Facebook about hyperlearning, people were like, "What is hyperlearning?" So the topic alone is not familiar to us. But then once we realize, hey, this is the new direction, that is it, and it pays. For those who are working or for those who are still in school, hyperlearning actually pays. How does it pay? If you are an hyperlearner, and all the time people rely on you at workplace for insights or for figuring out new things or for learning new concepts, then you are most likely to be promoted. You are most likely to have access to new opportunities. People can say, actually, I worked with this person. This person was smart. I can say, hey, when I work with Santino again, this guy knows how to do bank reconciliation. That guy is smart accountant, you know. But yeah, so if that is heard by a potential employer, they will say, hey, I really want to talk to this Santino guy. And then you get your new job and you are paid. So hyperlearning pays. And earlier, Philip talked about how do we stay relevant? For sure, they say 50% of the jobs that are coming in the next 20 years are not being created right now. And we have no idea how the job market will look like in the next 15 years. 2020, before COVID. And when COVID came, things changed. So right now, the new smart here is not, it's not saying, hey, I'm a manager. Hey, I'm a school graduate. It's about saying, I can invite people to a Google to a Zoom meeting. I can do a presentation on a Zoom meeting, and I can actually record a Zoom meeting. Those new things now are the new smart. So if you were a manager in 2020 or before, right now, for you to stay relevant to your job and actually to keep your job going on effectively, there are new things already. And if you don't do that, somebody who is behind you will come and overtake you and becomes the most powerful person in that regard. You see, so hyperlearning is here with us. We are at school, it's hyperlearning also. At work, it's hyperlearning. At home, even as we some of us are parents, as we manage our family intellectual growth, children and things like that, we have to be careful now. What should they even learn? How can we support them? What new technology can we expose them to? Yeah, basically, you are just becoming, maybe you are an hyper parent there or something. Yeah, things like that. But basically, that is it. We talked of enablers, things that enable us to be hyper learners are new. A few. Sorry, there are few compared to the barriers that we have. The barriers are countless, but enablers are few. To me, one enabler, like one big enabler, is the attitude. Say, hey, I should keep learning, or if I don't learn new things, I am nothing. And then also saying, learning new things requires effort. Waking up at 5 in the morning to read before you go to work, or reading every day, the way we talked about the power of routine last session. And that is pain, definitely. And that is time being invested to it. So what am I saying here? Commitments. So if I'm also committed to it, that becomes an enabler. And all these things are actually coming from within me. Can you imagine? Yeah, these are the things I have power on. Like if I say I'm going to create 30 minutes every day for reading, I create. Nobody's coming to beat me or fire me for creating 30 minutes to learn every day. Yeah. So it's just a matter of commitment. It's coming to you for free. Yeah, so basically that's my contribution. I'll give the mic to the rest of the room. If you would like to share a thought also, feel free. And for the previous contributors, also feel free to come back because we still have like 5 minutes into our time. Oh, I see a new hand right there from Victor Matiang. Victor, the mic is yours.
Hello, Mom.
Hi.
Hi. How are you guys?
We are good.
That's great. I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome.
I'm always the victim of very topics in the school.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, and you see, this thing it is one of the interesting topics that I have realized. Uh, I have realized that it is improving everyone's life now and then. So the things that I was having, they have been said by Philip, like the ego, you
Yes.
see, and the fear and the rest. These are these that are always affecting me in my life. Sometimes I can be having an idea, but how to tell it out to convince the person or to tell the person, that was my problem that I've been experiencing all this long. And
That's
one of the some of the challenges that are facing us according to the environment. You see, sometimes it's different to the personal determinations.
Yeah.
And I came to realize that ignorance is one of the common factor that is leading not to be adapted to whatever new coming to the environment. You see, like last time, I used to ignore everything. I ignored my readings until the time that you come and told me. That's where I pick up from. Then I
wow.
start the new thing. And I think my mind is now at least getting some light, even if it is not that too bright, it
Wow.
may be dimmed.
Thank you.
These are the
Thank
things
you.
that
Wow. That's nice.
also we have
Mhm.
to relax for the something, not to complete about it. Relaxations. This is one
Mm.
of the challenge that can contribute to the adaptation of the new any updates that is coming up. And
Yeah.
like before you post it,
Mhm.
I was about to comment and ask what is this. What I did first, do you know? I write to dictionary and I did not found it. I said, what is this now?
The dictionary is relevant, man. Like it's relevant right now. That was a nice one.
Because, yes, it just give me IFA and then different things. But learning
Wow.
is not there. I said, this
Yeah.
might be the reason that this Ngong brought it out. It is a new thing.
Wow.
I went to the Google, it
Mm.
doesn't show anything.
Mm.
So I relaxed. I said, let me go and hear it later.
Mm.
You see, I just found out that ignorance is one of the factor.
Mhm.
It is like now in the group, I think we have Anyanya Art. There is a group
Yes.
there. There are so many people
Mm.
that they used to know about the Tuku. But most of the people that are not even appearing in the Tuku to share their ideas.
Yeah.
You see, uh,
Mm.
like this word, some will not get it.
Yes.
And it is one of the ignorance.
Mhm.
So thankfully, and Sedona, they have talked a lot about the thing that I was having. Like
Yeah.
last time, I used to fear to not to speak out because I fear because of my
Mm.
communication skill. You see, I said now,
Yeah. Yeah.
this communication skill, this is not my language. It doesn't prevent me not to speak out whatever that I want
Mm.
to express. So what I should do, let the person get the concept and let
Yes.
and let him or her leave my grammar part.
Yes. Thank you.
this
Thank you
was
very much.
this was what I've learned, and then I have adapted to it. And it is said that practice make perfect sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah.
And sometimes I can be. I say now, if you are practicing something bad,
Mhm.
will it not be bad? You see, so
Okay.
I just confuse. I just confuse in the middle, and then I
Mhm.
say now, if it is something bad, you leave it. If it is something good, you can take
Mm.
it. So it contributes to the other side that you need to be flexible
Mhm.
and then be humble. Get to understand what the people are discussing. If it is something bad, you can leave it.
Mhm.
The same thing to technology. There is a way of getting any update online nowadays. And
Mm.
one of the factors that have been said already by uh, is it Flip or a Galaxy? It was a Galaxy.
It is
Galaxy.
Santino. Yeah. Yeah. So that's Santino right
Santino,
there. Yeah.
Santino.
Something,
He
right?
should not,
Mhm.
he should not remain Galaxy, but he has renamed it Santino.
Yeah, yeah. So he was saying that it is very hard for these old people to get
Mm.
what the younger are having now so that they can get the concept. You see, I have experienced this from many
Mhm.
people who are elders. So it is very hard. There is a great difference. So if you come and just tell us something new to them, they will say, these things. Our ancestors or our grand have never done this. They were never discussing this. And these are the challenges. You see? Like our people, question was asked before, how can they be in the channel with any update?
Yeah.
You see, there's one thing now, if we are always adapting a new thing, it might be like a magic. You see, I was surprised by my lecture. It was in last year. It was lecturing, and then he said, in some years to come, if you want to travel, you will not be using a plane, but only your particle can be collected, then play, and you will not be traveling with your luggage, the thing that you have.
Yeah.
Only your particle can be collected, and then your clothes that you want to go and wear there, you will pick it, and then in just a second, you will find yourself like you are in America or any that place that you want to go, just in a second.
Wow.
I was surprised. Yeah, I was real surprised. I said, how that one can be happen? He said, yes, that one is there. The people are working on it. This is something called teleportation. So they are making transport to be like now the people are just communicating on phone, even if you are not seeing the person.
Yeah.
So make sure that traveling can happen anytime to you, and you will just find yourself in USA or anywhere that you go. You see, this thing, these are the new things that need to be updated. And I'm very glad and I'm very happy to the people who have contributed and the people who has joined already, especially the new members to the people.
Yeah.
You inform many people to come and join us, but I have found out one of the challenges that is facing Tukul is MBs.
Oh yeah,
Is
true,
MB.
man. Yeah, true. True.
This
Absolutely.
internet is one of the factor that people are not always joining in. Sometimes you feel like to join in if you don't have MBs.
Yeah.
You say, what can you do?
That's true, Victor, right
and
there.
this is one of the challenges. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Victor. That was so authentic. I really like your thoughts right there, and the contribution. It was amazing. Yeah, true. You mentioned one very important thing. Many people do not join us because of, they may not have the MBs to connect to the internet right now, and that's why we have the YouTube channel where we post, and then people can watch at their own time when they have the MBs, and also later in our Facebook. So yeah, remember always to visit our YouTube channel, it's Too Cool School, and our Facebook page, it's also Too Cool School. All these conversations will be there, right there. Yeah. Okay,
Hello.
so thank you guys. Yeah, Philip, welcome back one more time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry to come back again.
Welcome back.
I'm bothering you, but let's learn. Mine is a way forward to remain relevant onto digital age.
Yes.
Because we remain to update ourselves every now and then. I remember last week listening over the radio.
Yeah.
The new aviations who wanted to take over South Sudan airspace. One of the CEO was interviewed, but the fact that he wanted to take over South Sudan airspace was that South Sudan aviation airspace are using the oldest software.
Right.
So the oldest software does not even detect any technical problem to any aviation flying on the airspace of South Sudan.
Yeah.
So for them to come in, they wanted to at least modernize the aviation of South Sudan, but not only at least, but they want to do it super by bringing in the latest aviation software.
Software, right?
So yes. To answer back what Santino was talking about, the contextualization of our South Sudan, we shall not remain folding our hands, putting our mind down that we are from harsh background. We shall not be struggle. Let's hustle. And at the end of the day, you may surprise some brilliant people, those who practice like what Mathiang put across, practice make perfect.
Yeah.
You may realize that they are super. in terms of digital age. So let's try. I never knew up to this end I would be able to talk on social media, you know, able to communicate. But this is where I am. So let's keep struggling. So the way forward is first, let's remove the fear in us. Whatever direction, whatever you grab that on social media available and you're able to learn, please learn it. Consult the colleague. Don't be self-centered. Don't say, okay, this is me. Why should I consult Ngong? He's a master's boy. Am I not achieved? No, this is the way to go. Hyper learning, to be a hyper learner, at least a collective. It is a process. Let's keep ourselves updating. So for few, I think Bible said many are called, but few are chosen. So for South Sudan, Santino, we need to practice what we can't and leave what we could not able to make it. But at the end of the day, with this kind of learning, you are getting it good. I am also getting something. Someone may come back next time and say, okay, let me know this one. Okay, how do you do that one? With those few of us and plus others who might join us, that is the way forward to go. This is what I may recommend in terms of learning hyper process. It is not one day. Again, it gives us a chance to be a good manager, to be a good leader in time to come. Learning contribute a lot, contribute in terms of characters, in terms of attributes, you know, the behavior, if you're able to adopt. We are leaders to learn. Some few might be born with leadership skill, but at least majority learned. So I like that spirit of being committed. And if we leave all the three behind I have mentioned, the fear, the ego, and the mindsets, we shall be super. Otherwise, thank you so much. This is my recommendation as a way forward to go.
Thank you, Philip. I'm clapping for you one more time. Very, very nice contribution. Thank you very much. Hey guys, it has been a wonderful session for me. This is why we want to keep this conversation going. And our time is up. And it's also Saturday, so I'll let you guys go have rest and have time with your family. Thank you very much. And it has been our Tukul session. Go like our page on Facebook. It's Tukul School. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and tell your friends and family to subscribe. Tukul School also on YouTube. And we look forward to meeting you next Saturday, same time. I look forward to having all of you in the next Tukul session and keep learning from each other. Thank you, guys. Have a very good night from my side. It's a bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye.